If anybody ever asked me, Chris, what is the key to success in business? I'm afraid that my answer in terms of my experience and my career would disappoint, because it's not a very glamorous answer, but it is without doubt the most valuable business tip I could ever give anyone. And in fact, it is a tip that I give every younger person that I deal with in our company and in our industry. For me, to drive achievement in business, you need to be obsessed, relentless, persistent about one thing, and that is to-do lists. Yep, I know it sounds pretty mundane, but seriously, this is the key for me to drive success, particularly in professional services industries. To-do lists. You have to be able to get more of the important things done more efficiently and more effectively. It's not only great for business, but it's great for your life, because if you're getting more of the important things done every day, you have more time to do the other things in your life that make you a rounded, happy and healthy person. To-do lists are critical. This is how I do them. Every single night, I spend 10 minutes before I go home and I plan the next day in advance. I think about what meetings I've got on, how I'm going to calibrate the day, where I need to prepare for which meeting, and I think about how I can make that day the most effective it can be. I then make a long list of all the things I need to do the next day, and I jot down all the different things I need to get done. There might be 30 or 40 things on that list. I then prioritize, and I start by identifying what I call my big rock. What is the one thing that it doesn't matter what else happens tomorrow? What is the one thing that if I can get this thing done will make the most impact on my work, on my output, the value I bring, and on my life? What is that big rock that, come hell or high water, I need to make progress on, and I identify that first. And then I prioritize the other most important things that I need to get done. The fourth thing I do is I then make a list, a to-do list. I write down all the meetings I have the next day. I use a physical piece of paper, by the way. This works best for me. You do it any way you like, obviously. I write down all the meetings I've got, so I'm reminding myself how the day is going to flow. And then I write down my big rock. What is that one thing that I have to move forward, the most critical thing of the day? And you know my big rock for today, I was looking at a few moments ago, I need to pay my bills. I need to pay my MasterCard account. That actually is my big rock for the day. It's the most important thing I need to do. And then I work on my next priorities. What are my A1, A2, A3, A4? And what is my B1, B2, B3, B4? And I list them out on the piece of paper. And then all the other things I'd like to get done, I list below that. So I enter the day with a very clear understanding of how it's going to flow, what my big rock is, what my 4 A's are, and what my 4 B's are. And then we come to the magic of this whole system. To-do lists only work if you are like a terrier on steroids in the way that you work them every day. And that means you've got to constantly be referring to your to-do list. I come into work and the very first thing I do is I start working on my big rock. Then I might need to go to a meeting. I come out of the meeting, there's a phone call from a client, there's a problem the client's got, and I create a new A1. I start working on the client issue. I get it done, I go back to my big rock, I take it as far as I can. The phone goes and it's somebody wanting to know something, but it's actually one of my B3s. But I do it anyway because I'm reacting to it. I get it finished, I cross off B3. I go back to my list, what's next? My A2. I move on my A2, I start working on it, I go to a meeting, I come back, I can continue on the A2. Somebody walks into my room, I give them some counsel and advice, I go off to an unexpected meeting, I come back, I look at my list, I finish the A2, I move on to an A3. Be absolutely relentless in following your priorities every day. Of course, be flexible. There will be issues of the day that you need to move into your agenda. But by following that priority list with a passion, by the end of the day, You look at the scribbled on piece of paper and you look at it and you go, you know what? I did my big rock. I handled a couple of issues of the day that popped up. I did all my A's and I did 3 out of 4 of my B's. It was a productive, efficient and effective day. To-do lists. The more passionate you are about them, the more relentless you are about them, the more efficient you'll be, the more you're effective you'll be. Make sure that you get your priorities right, that you're focused on the most important things and that you don't let all the sand of the week get in the way, that you're focused on those priorities, get them done. It's been a key in my career and I know it will be in yours too. Thank you.